Okay, so that 15 minutes goes by really fast. When you're done with putting on the conditioner and spreading it nice and even, wipe off your brush, dunk it in some mineral spirits. Okay, put it in a cup with some mineral spirits. This will get the oil off. Leave it in there 15 minutes or so and then clean it up. Okay, put that aside. Okay, I may not have mentioned this in other videos, but this is a time-sensitive project, so don't do more than one window at a time. If it gets a little bit overwhelming, everything like that, 15 minutes is enough for that. And now we want to wipe off any excess conditioner. And as you can see, I have to sort of work out a little assembly here. So I can get these double hungs, so I can get every part, and so I can let them dry. Okay, so we're just going to wipe these off. We're going to wipe this off, any excess, after 15 minutes. And usually it absorbs I've noticed, you know, there's rarely any conditioner really left on there. Just want to make sure you definitely don't want any wet spots. So let's continue. Let me get it off. Just like that. Okay, now I gotta pop this up. Yeah. Like so. Making sure you get every spot as usual. Don't leave any spots wet. Dry all the way down. Okay, and for most of this, I'm just following the instructions on, on the can, right? It says 15 minutes, so I hold by 15 minutes. It says 15 minutes. That's why you can't really do 2 windows at a time. It just gets too overwhelming. If you're trying to switch between windows, you really can't do it in that fast a time. Okay. Clean this off all the way. Get it all off. I'm telling you, get it all off. Get it off. Get it nice, dry. Make sure it's absorbed. 15 minutes later. Get it off. Okay. I think that's everything. You can even see you get a little bit of the dust. A little bit of the sawdust. Okay, so that's everywhere. That's what we want. Okay, now we gotta rock and roll with the stain right away. Can't play games here. You need some time for this. You can't just do a little here, a little there. Well, you can't sort of break it up, but conditioner to dye, conditioner to stain, you don't mess around. It's bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Here's the magic ink. Once again, I'm using Minwax. Penetrates, stains, and seals. I didn't really know about that last part, seals. Maybe it does. Okay. Make sure it's a good mix, because you have some of the pigment on the bottom. You gotta keep mixing. Mix for 50 seconds. Make sure you mix it real well. That's important. Okay. Then I'm gonna dump it in an old can. After that, yeah, you know what, I'm feeling ready. This part's a little intense, I'll tell you. I mean, there's some dripping, there's some stain, it's a good time. Okay, I'm gonna put gloves on. Need some more gloves. Get some gloves on. You don't want to clean this off your skin. Ain't no fun. There are better things to do. Rubber gloves are cheap, bad for the environment. Okay. There we go. Alright. Dump the stain into the old can or a new can, whatever you got. Recyclables, you know, we gotta make up for our laxness with the rubber gloves. Love the environment. Okay, so let's do it. This I also start with on the bottom. I start on the bottom with this as well. Like I said, you don't want things dripping. Okay, so we got 3 different sponges. I'm telling you, these windows are vertical. You know, I mean, I'm not playing around with a brush. It's just going to drip all over the place. These things absorb. I have this for the details, this for the wides, you know, the medium. Okay. Let's start at the bottom. I'm looking at this sort of brush right here. This one. That's what I'm looking at. Let's get our stuff over to the side here. This timing has been great. We just waited 15 minutes. We wiped off the conditioner. We got this rolling already. Gloves are on. This gets a little intense, brothers. You know? But look at that. You gotta look at this. You gotta see this. This goes on nice and even. I'm gonna go on the face. Go on the face here. This, just like the sanding, the golden rules to go with the grain on this. You don't go sliding around. You just go with the grain. And you want to put it on liberally. Liberally apply. This, you want to get it real nice and dark. I mean, I'm going for a certain look, you know. I'm going for a nice, dark, cherry. This is actually mahogany. I mean, it's going to be pretty dark. That's what we're going for. You know, so I want to glob it on real thick. These are aluminum clad windows on the outside. I'm not staining or sealing the outside. Just on the inside, we went with wood because it looks better. I mean, it looks better than vinyl, right? Yeah, you might have objected. I don't know. You could object to that. So it's kind of crazy, but you could object. Okay. So no, I'm not starting there. I'm going on the sides now. Going up here now. You know, that's it. And a lot of times I gotta squeeze that sponge into the corner because that's the only way to get up in that corner and get the ink in there. Right? You know, you gotta be careful with that. It's gonna be dripping all over the place. You gotta get in there. Okay, I don't know what the rules are, you know. Get that sponge nice and wet. I mean, but not so it's dripping all over the place. You know, you get used to that. Go with the grain. And go thick. I mean, go thick. This is what you can do. That's what you can do there. I mean, I should have switched to the small brush, I think, on this one. I'm gonna go around here. I'm gonna hit that small brush. I also started from the bottom, as you noticed, because this stuff will run inevitably. I mean, you're not gonna avoid that. It's gonna be a little mess. Look, it's dripping. Look, see that? See, it's dripping. Drips on the bottom, and you just don't want it to pool up and stay there. You gotta go over it again if you start dripping, because it's so important to have an even application. On your wood. Okay. So let's just continue to do this. Let's not drip here. That's going to be messy. Let's make sure we don't drip on the bare wood. We don't need that. Because that just pulls up and then it just starts to look darker and you just can't do that. Okay, so I'm still going with this brush. I didn't switch brushes. I feel like I'm going alright with this one. I'm probably going to switch here soon. I think I'm switching now. I think I'm switching brushes in a second. Like now. Okay, let's just go one on the bottom. Because I know some drip. I just know it. I know that some drip down there. I need not to look. Okay, so I'm going to put this brush down for a second. Okay. Remember, it's always good to have a bunch of paper towels around you when you're doing something like this. You know, just have a bunch of them around you.